Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This week I've been talking about making one play mini. You can do that through series-based play, which I talked about yesterday, basically causing misdirection, trying to get the eyes of the defense to deceive them. And you do that by multiple ways. Today and the next day, I'm going to be talking about using RPOs or taking one play and causing different reads. And so the easiest play for me to do that on is buck. I've done that on pretty much every play we have. I'm going to talk about buck sweep today, and I've got a full course on this. So if you would like more detail, I know I've got materials on my website. Of course, you can just watch this and that's fine, or you can go to CoachTube. I've got a whole course on this as well. And then, of course, I've got playbooks and different things that may help you as well. If you haven't already done so, we do have a free newsletter we've been putting out called Headsets on my website, fbcoachsimpson.com/headsets. And it's great material for any coach. So I'd recommend, hey, download it and share it with all your friends if you want to. We just wanted it to be something the coaching community could take advantage of and maybe get a little better from. It covers all kinds of material. So don't think it's got to be wing tee or anything like that. This is my contact information. A lot of these YouTube series I've been doing each week are based off of questions guys ask me. So if you've got something you want to see covered, feel free to reach out and I'll do my best to get it covered. I'm on a Facebook group. If you're in Facebook and you're not joined our Shotgun Wing Tee group, I'd recommend it. A lot of really good guys in there, a lot of material going through and a lot of learning going on in there. It's been really, really neat. But these are other ways to contact me if you've got different things you want to talk about. This is coming from my offense, but I'm hoping, again, the premise of what we're going to talk about, you can use in any play. I think as a good coach, you have to adjust what you do each year. So we have base plays we really like, but mainly we have principles and philosophies that will not change. Whatever offense we're running, we have the same philosophy, and we may have to adjust some X and O stuff to it, but the philosophy remains the same. And to me, that is series-based plays, which we talked about yesterday. It's also, I'm a huge fan of the RPO or the run, read stuff, but you've got to get numbers right. And so this is a way to do that inside the run game. So no matter what offense I run, 10, 20, 30 years from now, if I'm still coaching at that point, we're going to try to keep these principles and philosophies alive and well. So a lot of the film I'm going to show comes out of this offense. And I've got this whole series up. If you're interested on CoachTube, I've also got a lot of different one-offs on my website that you can go to. Today, we're going to talk about buck and the way to make buck mini reads for a defense. So yesterday, I talked about series. So one way we do it is we run play action and we run counters, and we can run our QB off of the same action in the backfield. That's one way. The second way is to make sure that the same play can adapt and adjust and read different guys. So for instance, this is probably the most vanilla way we'll run buck sweep. This is actually week 1 of this season, and then we're going to run buck sweep. I believe we might have some kind of screen, kind of divorce screen option there that we can run with our quarterback, but we're just running buck sweep. He can throw the screen out there if he wants it, okay? But this is our buck. This is our base play, the way we're going to teach it and run. And if you want to know more about buck sweep, I got a ton of materials on that. So feel free to go to my website and get those. So our base play, buck sweep, all right? QB hands it off. We have a now screen or a bubble or whatever is up top there that he could throw if he wanted to, but pretty much, there's not really much of a read going on there. This is kind of our vanilla base play. So buck sweep, chose not to throw the screen, hand the ball off. Well, that's so the defense understands that that's their base play. So now we got to start offensively creating ways to make this work. So we can do this formationally, or we can do this RPO wise, or we can do this read wise. The first thing we'll do is we'll go to a formation. So we'll go an over, tight end wing and an extra guy out there, and we'll run buck sweep again to try to make it look different for the defense. That seems like nothing. You just ran the same play. You just had a different formation. For an offensive coach, we don't understand all the time how that is very, very different for a defense, because now these two safeties are in the middle of the field as opposed to where they were earlier, where one was back and one was rolled up. So I've made a different defensive back have to kind of be the fitter. You can watch right here. He's obviously not very comfortable in how he fits because that wasn't his job all game. By formation, we now made that guy see something different. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go formation. Easy enough, okay? The next thing we'll look at doing is, okay, we'll tag just a quick screen that we'll throw out there. So we're in that same formation. They've heavily rolled down to stop buck. We came back in through the screen. This is like 3 or 4 years ago at my former school, okay? Simple play. You know, all it is we're going to make you, or everyone wants to react hard to buck sweep. All the DBs are going to react. We have a pretty good receiver here. We're going to take that ball and make you tackle him. If you tackle him, it's a gain of 8. If you don't, it's obviously more than that. So that's an easy. So we're going to go formation. We're going to throw a screen. Okay, then we're going to, the next kind of jump from that is we're going to get in that same look, and now we're going to motion a guy. So here he comes in motion, and you watch the DBs move, okay, or not move, which is even worse for them. And all I've done is I've created, again, it's the same play. This is a Gus Malzahn special, really, where he just runs the same play, all this different motion behind him. He was running that at the collegiate level, a lot of success, because as much as you coach up kids, that little window dressing can move eyes. It can move DBs. It can move a lot of different things. We didn't even block this very well. It's early in the year, but by moving our motion, we started rolling down a different DB. So now their better tackler is rolling down to the receivers. So that's another way we can make buck sweep attack you. Okay, now we're going to get to some run reads. So let's say now we're going to do the same deal, but we're going to start reading different players. So we're going to run what we call steal. We're going to read 99 right here. If he decides to come flying down there and make the tackle, we're going to read him. So his keys, his reads are telling him if the guard pulls, fly down the heel line. Well, here comes the guard. He flies on the heel line, and we pull it out the back door. Okay, and a quarterback picks up a big first down on like 3rd and 2. So again, that's nothing big for our guys, but it looks the exact same for a defense. And now we've made your key wrong. That linebacker going over there, he's wrong because his key told him to go here. The defensive lineman, his key told him to go there, and we made you wrong on the same play. We can decide, okay, we don't want to read that guy. We're going to read an inside linebacker. So now we're going to what we call peek. We've got a couple of different flavors of this. If you decide to fly in there, we're going to throw the ball right behind your ear. So if you want to come follow our guards and get in on make the play, then we're going to take the ball and we're going to whip it right behind. There you go. We're going to rip it right behind your ear and get a first down right there. So it's the same concept. This is the same play. You know, we're not really adding a whole lot to our guys. All we're doing is we're making it, it's not misdirection, but it's making you slow down as a defense, because now we can read you. We can decide to come back on you in a different way. Or we can, of course, we can go to our series stuff too. Final thing there, of course, is you can go empty and get numbers in your favor. This is not really a misdirection deal, but I think offensively it's overlooked a lot, just going numbers. Okay, this kid in the last play is our quarterback because he's our quarterback. This kid in the last play is our running back because he's our running back. But when you go empty, it's real hard for a defense to recognize that's wildcat and get into a different check. So a lot of times, if you do it quickly enough, you get too high. And now my box looks really good to run buck sweep. Not really a misdirection, but it is a way for me to gain numbers in my running game. We don't do a great job right there blocking. We had multiple kids hurt this game, and we were still kind of young on the offensive line. But by going this way, we got the numbers where we wanted them, and we're able to create room for our guys to go. So it's the same play, just different ways to go about it. So misdirection is great, and we go to that with our series-based plays, but we also want to make our base plays successful within that kind of just that play with our RPOs, formations, screens, and more. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about how we do the same thing with our counter. So counter is a great play as a standalone. You run buck, you run counter, great play. How can we make that more? How can we make that a better play for us? What are some other ways we can really make counter work for us? I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Again, guys, if you haven't already done so, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel. I do have a lot of material on my website as well at bcoachsimpson.com or CoachTube. Don't forget to go check out that newsletter, download it, email it to everyone you know. These coaches did a great job, and I think it'd be a great resource for any coach. I appreciate you guys' time, and until tomorrow, I'll see you later.